So a man Suge messed up. You allowed him to. It's some dudes he shouldn't have took nowhere with him. They kept him right there at McDonald's, bought him a Happy Meal, and came back. But he tried to bring in the hood and show him a different life, and the hood tore him down with his own help. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So his essence and his record company, I never made a dime. I was with the Nation of Islam. I did Set It Off. I did the last movie with Pac with Gridlock.
Okay.
And then I went over with Mike Tyson. I was there when Pac got killed.
So it just was basically you were just around based on being around. It wasn't like you had no.
I mean, I was just, like I say, I went from Gridlock, worked with him on Gridlock. He brought another team in. Then I went to Vegas and I started doing security in Vegas. Then I went to Black Ground Records.
Okay.
You know, then I did Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston.
In the capacity of security?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and so, I was around, but, you know, we never cohabitated where it was some business or I was blood this, and I know I wasn't in it like that.
So tell me this then, how did it, and I know it's a very sensitive subject, you can only speak on as much as you choose. How did it get to the point where, reportedly, the day that Terry Carter lost his life, you was with Suge, or were you on the scene?
Yeah, I was on the scene.
So your relationship with Suge somehow became a lot.
Well, what happened is, I mean, we was Captain Shaheed Muhammad was my captain, and Suge is real tight. So we always had a social relationship, and like I said, I knew Suge. You know, it was all. But when these things happened, I had 2014. I did Dre Day when Dr. Dre became the first black billionaire.
Okay.
And I did a thing called Dre Day, June 19th. Most kids don't know nothing about Juneteenth. So I went to Asia Brown and said, like, man, we need to do something for all the rappers. At first I said for all the rappers, for Easy, for DJ Quick. She said she didn't want Compton to go in that direction. We ain't trying to do that. We tried. So you wouldn't have been a mayor if it hadn't been for this direction.
You know, I gotta just pause real quick because I remember some of my homies from Compton Crip used to be like, man, look at Rosecrans. That bitch Asia, she fucking one of the Piru niggas, man. You look at Rosecrans, you see all type of shit. Look down Compton Boulevard, you don't see nothing. I don't want to tell her, but yeah, go ahead. You can continue to build it. Yeah.
And so she said she didn't want to go in that direction, right? So I figured, I don't need permission from Compton. I'm a citizen. So I went to Cynthia Nunn. Me and Cynthia got together, and I did Juneteenth, did Dre Day. Me, Omar Bradley came, who was in the paper, gave Dre a proclamation, gave him a scroll. All the kids from Compton High School.
Dre came?
Huh?
Dre came?
He wasn't. He was out the country.
Okay.
And gave him the first hood pass. Got a crystal and had 405 freeway. I mean the 105, the 91, the 110, and the 710. And he had the first hood pass for that 10 square miles, right? And we celebrated and had it all doing good. Now Asia Brown jumps on the bandwagon. So now they come in, they want to. So the next year we did it. She showed up. She was at when he was doing Straight Outta Compton. Oh, they want to take pictures and this and this and that.
She wasn't with it when you was trying to bring it. Yeah, that's crazy.
But like I say, I've been doing, like I told you before, I did Project Stop, Students to Organize and Pray in 1971. And we had Compton Youth Council, Omar Bradley, we had Walter Tucker, Paul Richardson, who was the mayor of Linwood, Lawrence Adam was the city manager. Those are my first youth council members.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? 1991, after the Rodney King, when Rubikoff came and it was to rebuild LA, I got with Garth Brooks, and Garth Brooks did a concert at the Forum, and he dedicated $1 million to the city of Compton that they made Youth Education Town in the Compton at the Rosecrans Shopping Plaza.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, I'm the one that orchestrated that.
The Rosecrans Shopping Plaza, Central and Rosecrans?
Yes.
Okay.
Youth Education Town was there, and Garth Brooks gave up $1 million for the rebuild Compton.
Garth Brooks is a country, right?
Country and Western. I was on the run in Oklahoma City and met his brother.
Wow.
You know.
That's crazy, man. From when you speaking about history of Compton and you mentioned Garth Brooks being part of donating, I'm under the impression that George Bush lived in Compton at one point in his life.
Huh?
Did you ever heard that George Bush was a resident of Compton ever in his life?
No.
No?
Garth wasn't. He out of Oklahoma City.
No, George Bush.
George Bush. George Bush stayed that. Their family stayed on Santa Fe and Alondra.
Okay,
they
that's
had
what
a
I heard.
farm over there. They had the Clydesdale horses.
Wow.
They had some big old horses looked like elephants. We didn't even know how to get up on them. We was trying to steal them, but they was too big.
It's crazy. I remember coming up, all them Compton, even like around the Athens area, El Segundo, you should see blacks on horses everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you see horses, it don't be blacks on them no more,
No,
man.
they moved up. We wanted to go to Temecula, and we follow white folks wherever they go. They tricked us out the best part of the land, had us off in the desert, Victimville, Lancaster.
That's where we at now.
Running somewhere. Hey, in the next 20 years, bro, when these people look like us, nappy heads, we'll be in the museum, and they'll say that's what Negroes used to look like.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And the fact that Compton is the hub.
The hub.
And we know, you and I, the fact that the hub is because it's accessible to everything that matters at an equal time all the way around.
11 miles from everywhere.
Yeah.
The hub is the formation of the wheel.
Right.
Without
correct.
the hub, the wheel wouldn't go.
Yep, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? We're in the middle of everywhere. When I grew up in Compton, Compton was the city. I grew up in Compton, it was Mayberry.
Okay.
The LA Dodgers stayed in Richland Farms. Duke Snyder.
No. So that's why I can imagine that was like good real estate back in the day.
Prime real estate. We used to steal their horses, steal their dogs, the St. Bernards, they show dogs. Bro, we used to give them the blues, partner. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So right at where on Wilmington and Compton Boulevard used to be Los Campanas Hospital.
Okay.
There was a hospital right there, and back of it was a rehab center. And all the movie stars, John Wayne, Elizabeth Taylor, Alfred Hitchcock, they used to come to Compton because they had the cleanest air.
Wow.
And they would come there and dry out.
Next thing I was going to ask you about, have you ever heard about Compton's water source being?
We had the best water.
Still, I believe. I think it's still, bro.
No, Eric Paradon, who was the mayor, sold our water.
Oh.
So when you see Piru water and these waters, and they talking about the crystal geysers and the artesian wells is Artesian Boulevard. We had the first 21 artesian wells.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know, I was telling, we was at one of the homies' funerals the other day. One of the Bowens. Shout out to the Bowens. Horston, the youngest brother, bank robbers. Horston passed, and Friday we was at the funeral, right? And we was talking about jacking and the stuff we was doing. And I was telling one of my partners. At that time, I say Mickey Blue them, they robbed banks. And I end up robbing thrifty stores, right? So I'm robbing thrifty stores, but other one of my partners, Lonnie Jackson used to rob jewelry stores, get real diamonds. I'd run past a jewelry store to go to a thrifty.
Wow.
Lay 9 or 10 people down, get $3,000 and get all this change.
What was it that caused each people to specify in they different? Why was thrifties more attractive than the jewelry dealers?
Because we had the partners, Charles Wolfoff, rest in peace, and John Taylor out of our neighborhood, out of Treetops. They worked at thrifties.
Oh, so
they was the manager, so they knew it. 10 minutes to 10, they was closing up. This is who went in the back. This is where the money was. We knew every thrifties had the same procedure.
Say less.
So we go what's convenient.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm going past it. So I had like milk carts of 15 thrifty stores. We didn't got milk carts full of change, and we couldn't take it to the bank. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So we went over where the 91 freeway is. It was the Crawdad hole, right? So we went and dumped all the money in the Crawdad hole, right? All the little change, we get it out of my mother, because my brother called us one day. Well, yo, I'm going to tell my mama. Where you get it? Like, man, let's get this out of here. I don't want to hear my mother's mouth, right? So we jumping in my car. We, man, 2-3 days. Man, we just drop it in the Crawdad hole. When anything happen, we can go get some money. We always have money, right? I get back from out of prison, The Crawdad hole is the 91 freeway.
Wow. That's crazy.
Because we never thought it would be like that.
And the 91 been there my whole life. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine that.
That was the 91 freeway where Carson Mall is. That was Dominguez Hills. We used to ride bicycles up the hills.
Wow.
And ride where the General Dominguez lived, his house on Alameda. All that back there. See, General Dominguez, who owned Compton, he owned everything from San Pedro, Long Beach, all the way to Sacramento.
Damn.
And this is why you hear Santa Ana, General Rosecrans, General San Jose, General San Francisco. He gave every one of his generals a part of land. You know what I'm saying? Santa Fe, all our streets are named General Alameda.
I had no idea, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
We ain't got no street called Chitlin Avenue.
That's crazy. I would have never even have thought to even consider that. That's crazy. You growing up in these Compton streets, running around, grown man, up and down. Before you got to death row, did you ever cross Reggie Wright, Jr. or Senior?
I broke his father in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, man, I'm the first.
That's right.
We broke the mold, bro. Like he said, Detective Bunton, Cochise, and Webb, Webb was the first black juvenile officer in the 60s.
Okay.
I tell you, the man Johnson that came in, it was all white police station.
That's crazy.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So we broke the blacks in. And, one time Compton was a hell of a police department. Huey Taylor, he come off of Alabama, and they changed it to Everett Street. So Eric Paradin's brother, Percy Paradin, they all grew up in Compton. You dig what I'm saying? So they end up corrupting themselves. But yeah, we had a hell of a police department at one time because the idea between the Compton police, the relationships we had, whatever you did to me, I know where your mama lived. You can't get away from us.
Right.
You understand me?
So it was more of a community police.
Yeah, they wasn't living in Visalia and Temecula and coming into the city. Their parents stayed in the city.
That makes a big difference, man. Yeah, I know people like in this modern time have no idea what that can be like, understanding and knowing the police in your community. Yeah.
I done had so many. Hey, Marv, watch out. L.A., they got a warrant for you. Reggie, Big Reds, and tell me, hey, Marv, look here, check, man. You got to watch yourself, man. Get out the state. They just put a little thing. I want us to come pick you up. They call me, hey, Miss Kenzie, Marvin over here acting a fool. Would you please come get him?
That's good to have, though. Shout out to the Boss Talk podcast. They in Texas, huh?
They're in Texas, Dallas. Yeah,
Dallas, Texas.
Big E, that's my man.
Man, shout out Big E, man. I love the way he respects you and gives you that platform to get, I see you more consistent on there than I think any other place.
Yeah, you're about the only other one. I don't deal with them Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They can't pay me enough. I'm not prostituting myself, telling my story to somebody that's taking it away.
That's right.
My problem with that is that, okay, you get all these interviews with us in gangbanging. Why ain't you got the mafia on there? Why ain't you got the Proud Boys? You white like them.
That's a good point, man. I appreciate you saying that. Shout out Cartoon Fire Trey. Because when I talk to the elders, a lot of times I get a perspective on our overall scenario that I'm not even considering. And I move a certain way just because of my personal thing. And I don't consider some of the jewels y'all drop on me, but when y'all drop certain shit, it makes me reconsider some of my decisions moving forward, man.
Right. So we gotta move with integrity.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't sell yourself out for pennies.
Right.
The few crumbs. We just had some people came out here from England, and so they had got it Reggie, and they ended up getting it me, and they first turned me off. They said they got my number from Vlad. How did he get my number? I don't know, because I don't deal with him like that.
Wow.
So he told me, man, we want to do this interview with you. We want to know all about Compton. We're doing a documentary to go. I got 1 million followers, and we came over here from England. So they did the interview with a couple of the guys, and they told them that it was, they gave them $500. I'm not a $500 nigga. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So, hey, Marv, we want to come to Compton, man. We'll meet you at Tams, and they got this big exploration. So I sent them back a contract. Like, okay, cool. I'll do this with you. I'll do an hour with you for $1,500 all in. Or I can take you and show you Compton for $500 and 2% of the finished product, that anything that has anything to do with me. Oh, man, we can't do that. Well, I can't do it either. Well, man, I'm not everybody else.
That's right.
I'm not for sale. You can lease me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Money changes a lot of shit.
That's right.
People tell you, well, man, ain't no amount of money. Man, just put it in that nigga face. Yeah, get a buck dancing. It'll be a gang of stuff that you'll do for the right amount. You know what I'm saying?
You've had some interactions with Charleston White out there in Texas too, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Charlie, he came up with some.
Charlie, huh?
Charlie came up with some fictitious